right, we're going to get started. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight. My name is Jeremy Jenkins, and it's a pleasure to be with you. We've got some amazing speakers lined up for you tonight, amazing announcements. It's going to be really, really fun. If you haven't seen already, this is the website. You can have people, you can text that out to your team, put it on Facebook or whatever, so they can join us on the live stream and hear what this is all about. Tonight it is my pleasure to introduce to you a gentleman who's flown in all the way from New Jersey. He's been a great friend and a mentor to me over the last couple of years. I've had the honor to work with him and learn from him, and we've collaborated on a bunch of things to make all of this come together with Richard and everybody else involved. So he's a former New York firefighter. He was there part of 9/11 when all that happened, and so he's kind of a hero. So welcome to the room, everybody. Ed Terranova.
Wow, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Hey, great to be back in Utah. I recognize a lot of familiar faces. We've been working together, and this thing just really came together for real in the last month or so. I want to congratulate everybody for taking a leap of faith, for being here during this pioneering stage of what we're getting ready to create together. We're going to co-create an empire together, and it's going to bless a lot of people in the process. So Richard asked me to share some of the details of what my impression was over the last couple of days, because I've had the chance to meet with some of the talent that is all coming together from numerous different industries to make this occur. And sometimes I'm at a loss for words, and sometimes I'm very simplistic, but I'm blown away by the people that I had a chance to meet and spend time with yesterday. John Holbrook and Richard and myself, we spent a day in the men's room together. And should I share that? Richard, with Dennis? So Richard was telling me that this company was born in the men's room, and we were up at a Willow Creek Country Club today, and they said we're going in the men's room. So here's the door; it says men's on it, and sure enough, we went in the men's room and we spent the whole day there. But the men's room is actually the locker room. And before you get into the locker room, there's a nice plush area with a bar and couches and a large screen TV. We had most of our meetings there today. But it's been a blast for me. Richard Smith is really special. Those who know him, have gotten to know him, he's genius. I mean, I sat there today and listened to both Richard and John explain what we're doing with some people that were C-level executives, that extraordinarily successful people, and I just keep getting blown away by their genius. Because what we're about to do, guys, nobody's going to be able to duplicate this. Nobody. And to find out that our REVV card, we have exclusive direct selling rights to it, that our bank will be the only bank, we will be the only company that they issue the card to. If that doesn't get you excited, that we have exclusive rights to this incredible product. Everybody's seen the product, right? We've been talking about the product, the REVV card, the revenue sharing card. To me, it's a dream come true. In my 30 plus years, what initially got me attracted to coming to do business with Richard was that he was on the same exact wavelength that I was on. In network marketing, in all the things that we marketed, I've now marketed everything from skincare to limited edition artwork and a whole bunch of things in between. Although I've been fortunate enough to spearhead 5 organizations that grew to over 30,000 people, I hate it. Because every time I did it, when you look back 3, 4, 5 years into it, 90% of the people quit. Why did they quit? The reason why they quit, for the most part, is they came to a meeting like this, they saw a product or a service, they saw an opportunity attached, and after they started getting going, they weren't profitable. 3 months in, 4 months in, 5 months in, 6 months in. And the industry average is that within 7 to 9 months, people quit. And I hated that. I wanted to turn that upside down. I said, it can be done. I know it can be done. The first and most important thing is you have to have a product that stands on its own. A product that people would want without the opportunity attached. Now, how many people have seen this REV card video? What was your first reaction to it?
Wow.
Wow, right? It's got the wow factor. Everybody has a credit card or a debit card, and they use it all the time. They're addicted to it. I talk on my conference calls about this one right here. This is my United card. The reason why I do this, and some of you might have heard my philosophy in life. With my wife and I are married, we're in our 37th year of marriage, and I know I look too young. You can say that again. But Debbie, she's my CFO. She runs the financial stuff in the house, and she likes to book trips. And quite often, the way she does it is she takes the points from here and books the airfare. So on Saturday, we're flying down to Naples, Florida for 10 days. Then in August, we're flying to London. Then we're going to Santorini. And this pays for our flights, right? So people are familiar with rewards on a card, and they're familiar with using a debit card or a credit card everywhere they go. Gas station, supermarket, dry cleaners, right? Swipe it, chip it. We're coming out with a smart card, the next evolution, that just excites people. This will become a status symbol for a lot of people in third world countries. People are going to want, now just imagine this is the REV card. People are going to want what we are bringing to market. And guess what? Nobody knows about it. The secret, if you want to call it a secret, is to position yourself in front of the masses before the masses react. John Johnson, that's exactly where we are, right? I've been plugging into your calls and reading your posts. Jeremy, doing a phenomenal job. Jeremy, Saturday. Oh, man, your webinar this past Saturday, off the charts. We're going to get paid substantially to help people save money. I love it. Zig's philosophy, you can have everything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. People want to save money. We got a tool that they don't know about yet. They want to hear about it. And we're going to bring it to market. And then when you look at the compensation plan, I'm not going to go into that right now because Rich and I have a special announcement that we're going to talk about. But I just want to say that I thank the Lord up above for the relationships. Juan, we've been through a lot together, right? And we just sticking it out. And you kept me on track. You helped me, right? When I was like getting a little shaky, Juan set me straight, and I appreciate that, Juan. Friendships, relationships that we're developing to do something really special. And I honestly believe that the REV card is the best product. And the REV Share TBS is the best compensation plan I've ever seen. I can't wait till we start putting people in the computer. Because when we have our own video, and that's all it's going to take, our own video, which we're all going to see very shortly, and our signups online, which we're all going to see very shortly, this thing is going to take on a life form of its own. You just have to, Tim, we had a meeting this morning with somebody, right? And we started talking about some of the things we were doing. I saw him light up. I mean, we're talking about some major successful business people that just get it. And you don't have to sell them on it. Every time we show people, right now it's a little 1-minute video of an unofficial video that's kind of the prototype of what we're coming out with, but it has all of the technology of what we're coming out with. But it doesn't say REV card, and it doesn't say the bank yet. And we can't tell you today what that name is going to be. But when you find out what it is, game over. All over the planet, everybody's going to recognize it. And they're going to go, you're kidding me. Really? Instant credibility. So there's a lot of great things to come. That being said, I want to bring up the man, the legend, the myth, the genius himself, Mr. Richard Smith. Come on up, Richard.
Real quick, I want to just thank you all for believing in the overall concept. It's somewhere in the heart of hearts of what you've been about, who you've been your whole entire life. You've wanted to make money by helping people rather than taking from them. I see a lot of this. Don't think me, think yourselves. The spirit of co-creation, I believe in. and you helped this ball put together. If it wasn't for our president, I don't think this would be done. I don't care what you think about his politics, and I don't care what you think about the man. He's a businessman, and he's loosened up a lot of things in society and allowed the banks to do what they're doing with us. John, how many hours have we spent with the banks? More than both of us can count. Are they excited about what we're bringing to the marketplace? Ed, are they excited about what we're bringing to the marketplace?
Pleasantly surprised. They're exceptionally excited.
Okay. Levi, where are you? You're always on the front row. I heard you loud and clear. We are modifying the comp plan a little bit. It's very important for people to make more money than they're spending. I've got 3 principles of creating wealth, and this is what they are. Principle number 1, find out where the world's going and get there first. I think we agree that that card is something very special. It's way ahead of the curve. Would you agree? Yeah. Number 2, make more money than you spend. My lovely bride in the back of the room and I have 7 children together. Raise your hand, Susan. We made a deal. I'll make the money. She spends the money. She's a lot better at her job than I am at mine. And principle number 3. Help the world be a better place. And save, manage, and make your money. And that's what this is about. This is named the R Network. We are going to be moving in some gorgeous brand new offices right across the freeway from this very spot. It's right across from Rain. My wife and I went there and we couldn't get in the door. George, that's why we didn't have you come to look at it. Couldn't get in yet. John's been negotiating the lease and we're getting real close to good to go. We're going to sign it, move in. A lot of you have already looked at it, correct, Jack? Yep. And everybody's going, wow, this is a lot. This is big. I'm feeling the energy in the room. I'm not even going to ask John Johnson how many people are coming in his group because it's going to scare us all. Jeremy's the same. Here's one thing I need you guys to understand. It's the spirit of teamwork. It's synergy. One thing that works real good is synergy. And this compensation plan, as it's been instructed and created, is a synergistic compensation plan. Everybody helps everybody. Upline, downline, sideline, it doesn't matter. Let me prove a point. Ed flew out from New Jersey because I gave him an assignment. He's going to be our global trainer. Are you at the top of the tree, Ed?
What's that?
Are you at the top of the tree?
Am I at the top of the
Yep.
tree?
Are you one of the top legs at the top?
No.
Right. Nope. Who's your upline?
Jeremy Jenkins. John Holbrook.
Hello.
Juan Marino.
If you really, really want to be powerful, you seek out people that are going to be great and sponsor yourself below them. When have you ever heard that? There's only 3 spots to fill, and then everybody gets to help you. Your upline, your downline, and sideline. So, one of the things that are very important to me is the subscription feed or the subscription for the chartered member. That's the right to get paid. Everybody in here probably knows it's $35. When you're paying that fee, your card, one-time cost, is under $100. It's going to be $99 or something like that. But it will be under $100. The retail card is going to be $150 if they're not a charter member. The retail commission on that is going to be $25, and then we're going to run $10 up the tree. There's a slight, that's for somebody that doesn't want any part of making money on the swipes. They just want to save money when they swipe. Does everybody understand? There are going to be people that make a full-time income selling those cards. John's over there going, oh my gosh. Okay, that's announcement number 1. Does everybody approve?
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, I want to get you wealthy. Can I take away $100 from you and give you $88,000 more?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. So it's very important for me to let you know that I need you to break even very quickly. So when you sign up your first 3 people, enroll them in the system, you're going to make $10 on those. So you made 30, 30, and 30. Okay? Everybody with me?
No,
No,
$10.
okay.
Excuse me.
$10.
$10, 30.
No, wait a
10, 10,
minute. That
10 for
really
30.
I
My
thought-
math is really messed up. Okay. Now, from your 4th enrollment on to unlock your tiers, we're going to send $20 up to TBS.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Really. So it's $2 a tier, not $1 a tier. From your 4th enrollment on, as you're unlocking your tiers, you're only going to make $2. But everybody in your organization is going to pay you $2 from now on. Everybody like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. That's the only changes I have.
Today.
Well, listen, the way we're building this out, everything's going to go on our chain. So I've got to spell it out right now. Ed and I are going to meet with J Max. Yeah, just one. Come on up. And then Jeremy's going to start inputting people in the system. Don't panic. We're going to do this right. Make sure everybody's in the system. We'll notify you and send it out, and then everybody will get their links, and you can go start enrolling people. Right thereafter, we're going to start charging the $65 for brand new people that aren't members of NUI. Now, it's not going to say NUI anywhere on our website. It's going to be promotional code. When you see promotional code, type in your NUI ID number, and it'll immediately drop the $30 off of it because I'm grandfathering you in because of the love that I showed all the way back to Divvy. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Yep.
Woo! Everybody else pays $65. Their first 3, 10, 10, and 10, so they're break even. Every month they'll get 10 on those. And then we're going to run 20 on 4 and on up the tree. You approve, Jeremy?
Awesome.
John, do you approve?
Got it. Yep.
Okay.
Awesome, awesome.
Everybody else? Jordy approves?
Quick clarification. You said, first you were talking commission, you said $25, $10 at the tree.
Okay.
And then you said 4th enrollment on. Are you talking the enrollments and the commission are different? So,
I have a tendency to do that. I
Yeah.
squirrel
I know
myself.
you
Let me be very, very clear.
okay.
There's 2 sides of this program. A member, which we're going to call free member. Why are we calling it free? All they have to do is purchase the card. Okay? They buy the card, you make your commissions, and they start saving money, you get paid, they save. Everybody understand that, right?
$150.
It's $150. We pay out $25 retail commission to you. We also run $10 up to TBS. On the other side, a chartered member is by invitation only when we get out of pre-launch. And Ed's going to go over what we're here, soft launch, pre-launch, launch. Right now, we're not worried about free members. All we're going to do is enroll people into being a chartered member. Does everybody understand? At that point, your first 3 enrollments pay you $10. Everything else runs up the tree 10, 10 or 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Everybody got it?
And it's under $100.
It's under $100 for the card. Yep, for you. Ed, go over pre-launch, soft launch.
So guys, where we are right now is we're in a soft launch. We're here, we're pioneers, we're here, we're buying into the vision of the visionaries, and we're in it before we even have a website, before anybody can even sign up. So this is a real special time. We are all foundation builders. As foundation builders, we have a special place in the history of this company. We will always be able to say, hey, we got in it before we even had a website. we helped build the foundation of this company. And we're going to talk about a little promotion for being a foundation member. We want to thank you for all of us that have bought in and jumped in at this point in time. So until we go live with pre-enrollments online, we're in the soft launch. Now, whether it's Friday or Monday or Wednesday or Thursday, chances are before this month's out, that's going to be up and running. Probably sometime next week. Once the pre-enrollments are up, we start the pre-launch. During the pre-launch, go ahead. You want me to announce it? Sure. During the pre-launch, and pre-launch, before I tell you what we're going to get as foundation builders, the pre-launch is going to last until the cards are released, ordered, the first swipes start to happen, and we get our first monthly commission run. That's when launch starts. Launch starts when we earn our first monthly residual from the swipes of the cards that people purchased. Is that cool or is that cool? Cool. So whatever length of time that takes, the plus for us is we're sending an extra $5 up the tree. So now on each charter member that comes in is $250 a month on our downline. Right out the gate during pre-launch. Woo. Is that good or is that good? Awesome. Good. So thank you, Mr. Richard Smith.
Does everybody understand that? Okay. So it's very, very simple. In this pre-launch, number one, is everybody ready to start getting paid? Raise your hand if you want to start getting paid.
Yeah.
It's time. So at May, we're going to start charging the $35 or the $65 respectively. And that first week in May, paychecks are going to go out. Now everybody's going to say, wait a second, we don't have our accounts. For any check that's over $1,000, we're going to FedEx it to you. Or any other check, we're going to mail it to you. That makes sense? Okay. John Holbrook, come up here. Come here.
Okay, just ask you one thing.
Yep.
This gentleman asked a question. So when somebody comes in as a member and they just want to retail the cards, they're not joining the TBS as a charter member, they just want to retail the cards, make $25 a pop on each one of the cards, they also create a residual income on the swipes. So that 10 basis points that gets paid up, they get to get paid. So there are a whole bunch of salespeople out there that knock on the doors of a lot of business owners, service a lot of business owners. This will just be another arrow in their quiver to bring. Like yesterday, I spoke to a gentleman who has 700 convenience stores that he services. Every one of those convenience stores are going to want to retail this product. Beyond Shadow Town.
So it's a very, very good commission.
Always 10?
Huh?
Always 10, not
Yeah.
just one?
What do you mean 10?
You said 10 basis.
No, it's 1% or 10 basis points.
It's 1%. Excuse me. 1% goes up the tree. They get 1/10 of 1% of that 1%.
One level.
Yes,
Yes.
1 level. Yes, a member.
As a member only.
Yes, Linda.
So no free member signups until launch.
No free members until cards can be purchased. There's no reason for it. Now, I bring John up here for one. He's a grumpy old fart. So John Holbrook is, and I'm going to go sit down because, well, no, I am, John. Okay. I hope we make this simple enough. There's two sides of the program. Members, we've been calling them free members, and charter members. Everybody understands the difference, right? One of them, you're paying the subscription fee to be a charter member and get paid off your organization swipes. The other side is just saving money. Guys, we met with one of the largest groups in the world to bring international marketing to bear, and I was on the phone with them this morning. Right now, we have 375,000 places you can save money on. And you see in the video, and I'm sure some of you have expanded to say, oh, this and this is in there. We're going to have tens of millions. My very quote, John, was, I want a noodle shop in Shanghai, correct? We can do that. We are going to load this up. This is a global play. Let me repeat myself. This is a global play. There is nowhere we can't go. Why? I have one product to deliver it to them, and I'm going to send it through FedEx or Express or DHL and have people sign for it, and that's their blooming card. Does everybody understand? Now, why can this happen? Does anybody know a country that doesn't have ATMs? What?
Maybe in Africa.
What? There's probably some in Africa.
Or North Korea.
North Korea. Probably won't be going there. No, these nuclear threats done.
He's not legal.
They've got ATMs in China. Do they have them in Peru? All you have to do is insert your card, feed your cash in, and you're now banking in America. And they still get the same discounts you get. See the power of this? Okay. You understand the two sides. I'm going to go one more step. The R network is us. We are the network. It's our network. And I'm your president. I'm doing this jointly with you guys. Okay? Yes.
Sorry, does R stand for something exciting about rich network?
Believe it or not, no. I wanted a cute thing that everybody could remember and I could spell. I'm very dyslexic. And so it's R, a lot like Toys R Us, R network. And I can spell that. .io. Okay? It's that simple. But it is our network. The first thing that came out of my mouth when I walked up here is we co-created this together. I've been waiting this my whole life. Dave Danielson's heard me spill this spill for 25 years almost. Am I right or wrong? My dad's been there longer. I used to steal his dadgum tapes out of the mailbox. Listen to him. I determined to sell the difference. I know what it is. A.L. Williams rep at 8 years old. Now, why did I bring John up here? There's two very serious things I want to discuss. The only thing that's going to shut us down is us. Let me just repeat myself. The only thing that's going to shut us down is us. We are hiring a group, are we not, Kevin, of videographers that are something to behold.
They're awesome.
They are going to produce, Jack, about 9 videos a week, right?
Yep.
There's no reason for you to create content. They're going to have funny ones where you got a great big fat wallet and your back's out and you go down to 2 parts. They're going to have, this is how you get paid. They're going to have all kinds of fun things so that you can go onto your social media feeds and feel confident and comfortable that you're not only compliant, but more importantly, people are going to be interested in what you do. We're starting out with one video explaining the card and having a voiceover so that that little woman using from the manufacturer of the card, we don't have to use anymore. I'm days away from having that out. Go have fun with it. We can get ourselves in trouble. I'm relying on you to police yourselves. What does that mean? That means if they're making income claims, it terrifies me. Most rich people don't tell people how much they make, except for network marketers. If you're making $100 grand a week, keep it to yourself.
We don't need
No, I know, Jack. And I know everybody in here is mature, but help me police that overall. That's the one thing that will suspend your account is income claims. The second thing that absolutely terrified me, John's been in a meeting with my banks. And these banks are unbelievably cool banks. They have a rule. They can only have checking accounts and savings accounts opened up if they have 10 cents of every dollar in their capital reserve accounts on the other side of the envelope. Well, that's easy to do for a normal bank that's growing with 25 new accounts a week in a branch. George is going to put John's going to put 125,000 people in this honking thing in 90 days, and you're going to match him because you're all doing it. That overwhelms the bank. Do we not have these serious discussions?
Yeah, Dave on that.
We finally had to break out the whiteboard and say, guys, you're not listening to me. We're going to drown you. Oh, we will never get drowned. Yeah, we will. Because your average client, Johns, how many are you going to teach them to use that is their primary account?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's $1,500 to $3,000 a month. Okay, how did I take care of it? Mr. John Holbrook.
Yay.
We are the retail.
I haven't got that.
We are the marketing division, and I'm your president. We have a whole staff. Kevin's one of the original creators, and there's 5 of us. You're going to get to know us real well. We're going to do videos, and I'm actually going to interview them all. And bless their hearts, they're going to be just as honorary as John, probably. But I want you all to know, Trent, Kevin, stand up and tell a little bit about Trent.
Ren is phenomenal. He's a young guy. Well, I call him young. He's 37. He was a former CTO at Google. This guy was handling all of the international flow of money for Google outside the United States. He started a company about 6 months ago. He left Google, and then he saw the vision of what we were doing, and he's a full partner.
Okay. So I'm driving along with this Trent dude. We're down in Trump territory by Mar-a-Lago, down in West Palm Beach. And we're driving from appointment to appointment, and I'm just smart enough to jump in the car with him rather than Roger and Kevin. And I turned to him, I said, how real is this thing? Are you really all that you say you are? So far, you've wowed every bank that we've had on the phone. He said, well, what do you want me to do to prove it to you? I said, I don't know. Every bank we say, the most important part of this is that STAR network. He goes, oh, just a second. Call STAR. Now, what is STAR? That's the debit rails for your debit cards. If you look on the back of your debit card, there's going to be a star on it. It's called the STAR network or Plus network, and they're all subsets of STAR. You with me so far? He calls up STAR. This is Trent, blah, 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 blah. It's so-and-so, and I'm not going to tell you because you guys will end up calling you.
No, you won't.
This is so-and-so. Oh, I'm sorry, Trent. He's not in right now. Hangs up, goes to the next number, which was a cell phone number. First honking ring. Hey, Trent, what can I do for you? It's the CEO of Star Network. This guy saved the Star Network zillions of dollars by helping him get into, he's our partner. That's why I'm so confident it's going to work in Peru. It's going to work in Afghanistan. It's going to work anywhere in the world, including China. Right here. Okay, enough from me. Let me tell you about John. We're going to go build out a large organization, and we're going to get paid when people say. Is that not something to be proud of? Do you want to know what your rank advancements are going to be? So when Jeremy gets up, we're not going to talk about how much money he's making. When he gets his little pin or whatever we end up doing, and it's got a $10 million on it, you know what that $10 million means?
No, sir.
That's the amount of money that he saved in his network this month. We're going to celebrate how much money you're saving your people. That doesn't give you chills, it should. So, John Holbrook is accepted after I had to plead it out of him to be the CEO and chairman of the board of Method Group, Inc. Method Group, Inc. is the holding company for the intellectual products of this company. Would you like to know what you have as intellectual properties that you're selling to? Pretty important, don't you agree? How about the exclusive marketing right for bank issuance of that smart card, it's ours exclusively. How about no other direct sales company on the planet will ever be able to have it? That's a pretty good answer.
Yep.
We're also going to have 25% of the banks. And I'm not talking about one bank. It's the entire bank roll-up of what is it, 23, John? Portfolio. Yeah, the whole portfolio. We have been working very hard. John and I are going to fly down in the tail end of this month and the first 2 days of May. And we are going to do a Reg A. And with that, I'm going to shut my mouth and sit down and let him talk about it. Get up here.
You know, I got Dave and George over here that aren't gonna take any more of your crap. Hi, everybody. How many people in here have either had a percentage of ownership in a business or owned a business outright? How many people? Leave your hands up if you had a security, a stock. Okay. Have you ever been part of something that you had zero opportunity for ownership in? Most of us, if not all of us. What Reg A Plus is when Donald Trump became president, he became friendly to the banks. And when I say friendly to the banks, my world, coming from the banking world, is if you wanted to participate, you needed to be an accredited investor. A lot of you probably know what that means. High net worth individuals. Risk tolerance that can be absorbed through the investment strategies that people present to you. You've got a track record of securing wealth and making some investment decisions. That's all great for those that can play in that realm and win and lose. That leaves a whole segment of the population, the majority of us, out. Trump comes in and says, wait a minute, we're going to introduce something called a Reg A Plus. Reg A Plus basically means there's no accreditation, none. So we set the parameters of, do we want to offer a Reg A Plus? What is a Reg A Plus? If we want to try to keep up with what Richard mentioned with John and Jack and a bunch of you in here, with a bank, the tier one capital is sacred money. It's the most sacred money in the bank. It's cash. And what that does is it allows that bank to borrow or lend out 10% multiplier of that money. So you got $1 million, 10 million, you got 100 million, etc. You do the math. Now, when you have a non-performing asset in the bank, that counts against your tier capital 1 for 1. So we want to be very, very careful with that sacred money. Well, how do we stay ahead, even with 22 banks, tier one capital? Well, we're going to go out and bring some money in through private sources that we've been doing, or we're going to give you the opportunity to become part owner of what we've discussed here tonight, and that is part owner of these aggregate of banks, these portfolios. By doing that, when the time is right, we're going to raise some additional capital that will be sacred money that will go in these banks to help the multiplier so we can continue to grow exponentially. I will oversee that stewardship. It is my responsibility. He can't touch it. Okay? That's by design. So the way this will work is we're putting together an offering, and when that offering comes available, we're going to reach out to everybody, because everybody can play in this regardless of income status across the board. And you're going to be able to send us a link that simply says, respond outside of your back office, outside of the R network, and simply says, I'm interested. That's all you're going to say. I'm then going to turn your information over to the market makers who are going to reach out to you, their attorneys, and they're going to say, you're interested, are you? Well, Justice, we'd love to have you. Here's the parameters of what's available to you. And by the way, everybody who participates in the Reg A, we've negotiated with our banking partners a dividend. So those of you raised your hand who had a stock, some stocks have a dividend that is paid annually. And that dividend usually comes because of profitability, right? Well, these banks that we structured and we're partnering with have built-in profit mechanisms. And they have said, anybody who comes in on your Reg A, we're going to pay a 4% coupon. That's a dividend. So when you have the opportunity annually to pick up a 4% dividend while maintaining your equity position, regardless of how small or how large, and by the way, we're not interested in large. We're interested in spreading the relative amount. I can go all day long and fill this up with just my contacts. And I've got some that are participating in the multi-million-dollar category. But we're saving a significant chunk in the first round for people that are truly the pioneers. Those who choose to get involved, fantastic. Once we reach to a certain saturation, or we let the clock go by a little bit, if we have additional to fill, we'll go fill it ourselves. We'll assume that those who want to participate have. This isn't going to be available long term. This is a short term opportunity for you, Courtney, to be an owner in everything we're doing.
Define short term.
I can't yet because I don't know what those calendars are going to look like yet. Let's put it this way. I would assume it would be closed. Again, I'm
6 months, a year. Which one's?
I think you're going to see it
after the election.
Oh no! You're going to see it closed way before the election. Jack?
John, for some, can you just explain really quick what equity position and ownership vision means? Because
Okay.
I guarantee most
Jack, you have in your wallet a $10 bill. Let's assume your bride next to you has in her wallet a $10 bill. Therefore, your wife has $20 worth of equity. Okay? You have none. In my program, you each have $10 worth of equity. Okay? Correct?
Yep. Okay, let me.
So I can lose you here in talking bank lingo, but my point here is you have an opportunity without going to a publicly traded company to be part of what we're doing, and you get to do that at the ground floor opportunity. Correct?
So let me speak from the R Network as the president. This wasn't a solicitation, not even close. How many people have looked at the great big buildings, Dorinda, New Skin Tower, said, man, I wish I was on the ground floor of that and I own some of it. Or how about the oil companies up the road? We're offering that to you, and I'm begging you don't buy a dang bit of it until you're making enough money that you feel like you can in this program. I expect everybody in here to make dang near full-time incomes in May. And I don't know what a full-time income to you is. I know what it is to Susan. You're not coming.
Never fighting.
Does everybody understand what I just said?
What's your idea of a full-time income?
$10,000 a month?
Yeah.
Will that be full-time for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you do it? Yeah. Are you selling anybody anything? Nope, except for their future and the opportunity to make money when people save money. And where are they carrying around their bank? In their flipping wallet. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? So let's get back to this brass tacks.
Can I put a disclosure in this?
You always do.
We're not soliciting anything to anybody, nor are we guaranteeing you anything, other than the success of these banks will pay a 4% coupon from the bank, because the money's going to the bank. So don't call me. And just like anything else, credited or not, you're going to make the decision of your participation without any guarantees whatsoever. But I will tell you, if you're anything like Jack, John Johnson, or Jeremy Jenkins, Red Terranova, or anybody else, one Juan Marino, blockchain Greg. Sorry. Every time I see that, I say, well, I must name Sally. I'm going to be challenged to keep up with you. So if your safety net is your success. I kind of like betting on myself, don't you?
Yes.
Is this bank more like a stock or is it more like a bond at 4%?
Okay. Now I can speak in generalities. This is a stock. What makes a stock go up? Anybody know?
Action.
A what?
Action.
No. What? No. Supply and demand. If you have an income producing asset that generates 4% annually, is that a hot commodity? Yes or no?
Yeah.
What's your interest rate at the bank? 0.01. 4% is a pretty good. That's the coupon.
It's a wow.
It's a
As much
wow.
as the card is a wow to the world.
Notice I used the word guarantee 4%. That doesn't mean you can't make
We're going to shut up because we're done talking about this. Guys and gals, I love you. I believe in you. You're going to help police this. It is our network. It's absolutely what you've always dreamt about from when you were a little girl or a little boy. Our society is sick. It's sick. It's sick with consumption. Little girls are taught you're not pretty enough. You're not smart enough. It's a bunch of bullcrap. Every one of you in here that are female, you're very pretty. And you're worth everything that you ought to get in life. Every young boy used to play with matchboxes in the sandbox. And I never ever had one matchbox. I always had 27 of them. And my friends would come over and I'd toss them 3 or 4 of my crap cars and would keep playing. But I never gave up the Lamborghini. Something about that. My question to everybody in the room, when you were driving around in the sandbox with your matchbox cars, when you build a castle, did you build a little teeny one with a picket fence around it or a condominium where you're paying rent? Or did you build a damn castle? What happened to us? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. You were told you don't deserve it. This is your way out, and it's ours. It's ours. That's what we're here to do, is make our lives extraordinary by making other people's lives extraordinary. If I can touch any part of you, be positive towards you. I told you the only ones that can ruin this is us. The only one that's going to ruin it for you is you. Believe in yourself. Guys, I've read one book in my life and it took me 2 years to do it. And I served an LDS mission, and if you can't figure out what book it is in this valley, there's something wrong with you. 2 years! One book! And I get all these accolades. Why do I tell you that? Because if a dyslexic kid from Springfield, Utah, I had to listen to his mom and dad here, the world needs garbage men, about me. If I can be where I am and have the success and the wonder of helping other people make their financial dreams come true, there's not one person in here that can't. And when that doubt bug bites you on the ass, and it's going to, shake it off and keep going. Now everybody's going to come up to me after this thing and say, what about Nui and what about Colin? We are working all those things out. Ed, you were in a meeting yesterday with some high-powered dudes, and who was in the meeting with us? Who was in the meeting with us?
Daryl Lyon.
And he said, we're partners. How many times? Okay. Still trying to get a handle on who he is. We're not running away from them, and he's definitely not going to run away from us. I will tell you this. Everything I've already told you, that's what we're going to do. McCall's got a place here. And we're going to fulfill our promises to ourselves with Kala. And if you're mining them, keep mining. Because I promise you, it's going to work out real well for you. The cryptocurrency space is starting to wake up again. Watch. And if we're the only coin that card, when you whip it out and buy a McDonald's hamburger with and have absolutely no cash, but you got a whole bunch of Kala and you buy that McDonald's hamburger and nobody questions anybody, what's that going to make Kala worth? Think about it yourself. Okay? I'm not kidding around here. You have to go perform yourself and make your life extraordinary. And if you're not proud of saving people money with the coolest card I've ever seen in my life, we're going to run a good little while with this pre-launch. And everybody's going to get paid. And then a bunch of you are going to have cards. Now, every one of you in here thinks you're going to get a card. Guess what? You're not. There's only going to be 50 of them. We're going to test it out. We've already done the baby test. I can look you right in the eye and tell you exactly on normal purchases what you're going to save. You're going to save $50. Why? Because we've already done the beta and alpha test. You're going to save $50. If you're paying $35 and you're saving $50, are your money ahead? If you've signed up 3 people, you're making $30 and saving $50, are your money ahead? Can you see what we're doing here? Believe in yourself and believe in other people. Now, be very, very, very picky on who you partner with. Go lose yourself and make your life extraordinary. Everybody, turn the time back over to you. Thank you.
Okay. Right on the hour. Awesome. So, where do we go from here? And how do you follow that, right? Unbelievable. So, a lot of big things are going to be happening over the next few days and weeks, as you can imagine. As you mentioned, we're in soft launch right now. We're going to be working with JMac. He's one of the programmers that's making this all possible for us to go ahead and start loading that first 5 levels of the TBS, the team building structure, 3x10 matrix. We're going to be loading that in. Hopefully it won't take us more than a few days or so. As mentioned, the goal would be that sometime next week we can actually get that all done and therefore launch, go into pre-launch, and get everybody their links, okay? That's the goal. Now, obviously, there's always little delays or things that could happen. We will work our darndest to get it as close to that time frame as possible, but please forgive us if we don't, because this is so important to get it right the first time. We've been working on this now, just, Juan and everybody's been sending me all their names and on spreadsheets and everything. It's a lot of names, okay? A lot of people that are interested in this, and that's just the beginning. We've got, without the card even being ready, right? I mean, can you imagine what's going to happen when we can actually show off the card to people, what it's going to do? It's going to go crazy. So, but we've got people that have committed to literally hundreds of thousands of people to come in the first month, right? And then probably millions more in the next 90 days. It's going to be absolutely crazy, a lot of fun. So let us get it right. Be patient with us, right? As we wait for the programmers to get it right and the banks to do what they got to do and everything, put it all together. It will come and it will bless everybody. So, yeah, question?
Richard said 2 things that he doesn't want to see. One is income claims. Never got to the second one. I don't think.
Yeah.
What's the second one, Richard? So income claims and what?
Income claims, and I don't want to claim. When you guys own the bank and are operating with the bank, we don't make money like a bank. That was a big boo-boo on my name. If you want to talk about banks, say I'm carrying my bank around in my pocket, and I make money when people use that card. So let's make this all about, rather than the bank, and the brand name that's going to roll out of the bank is going to take this group's breath away, and we're not telling you it yet, but it's the Rev account, and it's the sit your butt down. Sit down.
You're in my wheelhouse. Get out.
It'll take your breath away, and it's absolutely cool. So it's a Rev account, and the rev card.
Okay.
So
Rev
we
card.
save money when people, we make money when people save money with the rev card, with the rev account.
So really what it comes down to is don't make income claims and use approved marketing materials, right?
No misrepresentations.
Yeah.
So
Which
if you're
has
not
to be
sure, and you didn't hear it come from the company on a company video or a company website, hold it back. No misrepresentations.
Yeah.
Because we have to protect this house. We all have to realize that
An income claim can be what you doesn't have to be what you make, what somebody else is making, it can actually, you don't talk about your checks or somebody else's checks ever.
In your back office, you're going to get a report of how much savings on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis your organization. If you want to brag about anything, brag about how much money you're saving your organization. Jack.
I just want to say that, and on a comfort level, if any of you have built large or global networks or been a part of it, the one thing that I'll just speak for myself that I don't like at all is to babysit adults. Has anybody ever been there? Well, when it comes to compliance, we don't want to do that. And what Richard has negotiated and is willing to put it all on the line for us out the gate is that we will have compliant videos. We don't have to open our mouth except, here's the card, here's what's coming. And all the compliance will be taken care of. Well, what about this? Here, watch this video. What about that? Watch this video. That's what he's presented to this video company, that they're gonna, we don't have to babysit anybody. Watch this video is gonna be the most common thing out of our mouths.
Just video.
Which makes it awesome for us, because then we can go skiing. Well,
And I can hear it now, it's
meet
gonna
more
come out of
people.
Jeremy's mouth. What languages? Spanish, Japanese, English, and Portuguese. Those are the first ones. And I know, Jeremy, you're gonna bring me a bunch of Russian, so that's coming up next. But those 4 languages will launch me.
Awesome.
And I need some help from you guys.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, let's go back home and get ready. Next week's going to be awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.